FM.
Spark FM online, number one for urban and Caribbean music. We are here in the building. Rockstone Tues, Tony B. Knowing hot sizzling sauce. We are in here having a good time. It is a Tuesday. It is doing what it do. We're trying to get everything situated and see if that works. Squeeze it some more. Turn it around. Not here. She not here now. Oh, now she good now, boy. Miss Tony is back in the building. Hello. We man down no longer. She's still manish downish, but she's man down enough to be here.
I'm managing the man down.
Managing down.
Managing down.
That's what we like to
hear. Good morning, everyone.
How is everybody feeling today? If you're just tuning in, we're going to give you some time to lock in. And first thing you guys should all be doing is going ahead and giving it a little share.
Share it up.
Share it up. Share it up. Doom, 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 doom. Little darling, share it up. Yes.
What you're doing there.
You see what I did? You see what I did? That is what we are doing. Today is Tuesday, so let's do a quick check-in. Miss Tony, let's check in with you first. How you feeling, honey?
I'm feeling, I'm able to be here. I still feel a little crappy. I'm very, very, very congested. But I'm doing all right. Life's good. You can't complain all the time. Sometimes you got to see the flowers through the rain.
Through the poop.
Make apples out of oranges.
Is that how to say? Sometimes you got to realize that roses really smell like boo-boo.
Tristan, I don't think that's it.
Huh?
Sometimes you got to make apples out of orange juice.
I don't think so. No.
I be getting all the things wrong.
I don't know. But I see where you was going with that, though.
I get it.
Make oranges out of apples. Oh, how it go?
No. Sometimes you got to, when life hands you lemons.
Yes, make lemonade.
Make lemonade.
Not orange and apples. It's not it. It's not quite.
I was close.
How it goes.
I was close.
Speaking of that, though, guess who returned to home yesterday? A little whole ass luggage that was on world tour.
Wow.
She was all over the place. Came home last night looking all demure.
No, okay, demure.
I was like, oh yeah, oh look who decided to come home. All the stuff was in there, which was really, really good. I would have been cute in Fort Lauderdale. I made it do what it do, but I had some nice things in that bag. So anyhow, I got my luggage back yesterday. Funny story. My friend came to hang out with me Saturday night. We pulled an all-nighter watching TV and hanging out and stuff. He went to go in his car to get food, to go get his food that he had left in the car from the night before. Somebody had broke into his car and stole his food.
Is food?
That's it.
I'm blue laughing.
Nothing else but the food?
Ransacked the center console and the glove compartment, stole his food and some condoms out of his car, and left.
Oh, that person was going to have a good night.
I was like, that was a party.
That was a good night.
Had with your General Gal's chicken.
They probably went to some chick's house with food to make her happy that he stole out of the car and ready to go with some condoms.
It was a full plate of food too, so that was a party in a bag that person had.
Oh,
I was
wow.
like, are you kidding me? Like, who does that? Get better, people.
Get better. Do better thievery.
Do better things.
I'm sure they needed that food.
Yeah, to get laid.
Right. That was crazy. So anyhow, that happened. I did have a nice time. I went for a walk through the park the other night with the lights, and it was a really, really nice time.
Which lights?
Franklin Park.
The Franklin Park.
You went to the Franklin Park lights and didn't bring your son and your nephew?
It wasn't my fault. It was like, be ready. I have tickets at 8, and I was like, oh, okay, fine, cool. I'm down for that. And we went on the thing.
I wouldn't even dare tell them that.
I didn't tell them.
Oh
and
my
God.
God.
Noah saw a picture the other night and was like, so it's yesterday morning. Was like, so what's this, Mom?
No, I would have been the same way because I would have lost my mind on you.
He was like, you went to the park up the street and looked at the lights at night. No, I was like, no, babe, that's an old picture.
Wow.
He was like, oh, really? Where was it? Was this in Florida? Was it in another place? Because it looks like the lights up the street, and that's the jacket right there that you had on. Let's get ready for school. Anyhow.
Oh, is my glasses bitten up? That's crazy.
Is it crazy? Your dog likes to eat glasses, so I don't think that's
when
crazy.
When did he get these, though? That's crazy. Anyhow, what about you, Rockstone Triz? How you doing, honey?
I'm good, man. I enjoyed yesterday evening. The weather was amazing. The weather's gonna be nice today too.
It was absolutely gorgeous yesterday. Oh my God, it was beautiful.
It was.
I had me and that dog walk all over the city of Boston, Massachusetts yesterday. It was a wonderful day.
Yeah, even I took the dog for a walk yesterday. It was nice.
Very nice. Very nice.
JetBlue got a $49 sale.
JetBlue always got a $49 sale and ain't ever be going nowhere. It don't ever go nowhere. It don't ever leave from Boston. It's never on a time that you want to fly. It'd be like on a loose Tuesday at 7.
Wow, no, $69 one way, Boston to Grand Cayman.
Wow, what?
Yeah.
I need that. When's that?
If any of my credit cards had a little room on it, I'd buy 2 tickets. That's it. Buy the 2 tickets and just not go because I'm supposed to do the rest of it.
Leaving on my birthday date.
You better go.
I'm about to go to it.
You better press send. How I do purchase, order, confirm.
Ooh, I can
Basket.
go from my birthday to the 7th.
Ain't you going to England for your birthday?
I don't think I'm going to do that.
No,
because I was told that the ticket would be 4 something and it's 6 something, and that's different.
That is different.
Yeah.
The ticket to London for 4 something, that's cheap.
It is, but for 6 something, I don't know about that.
Better take your ass right there to Grand Cayman for $69 both ways.
$69, that's what I'm saying.
I think when we were in high school, it was like 800, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a lot. It was like 800. Yeah.
I just don't remember that. Was I alive?
You was there.
I was there. I know I was there. 'Cause that's the first time I got drunk. But
$237 round trip. It's $69 going down, but it's $168 coming back. But that's all right.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's still great.
$237 round trip.
Good morning, everybody in the check-in. Good morning, all of you people in the check-in. Tristan, how are you doing?
I'm good, man.
I'm well alive.
You're gonna be better.
Oh, good. I'm alive. I'm dead. You know, all of those things. Everything will work out how it's supposed to work out when it's supposed to work
General
out.
sentiment about things that are how life is right now. The life and times that we're living in is just very, it's like this, like that. That's how it is.
But let's get into this show. We do have a couple of special guests that are tapping in today. We have Nicole Obi from BECMA, who is getting ready for the Black Business Expo. Yes, so that is coming up this weekend. So we'll be talking to Nicole, who is the president of BECMA, about that later today. I do believe that we have a call in with Carlos Enriquez today, who's going to talk to us about a little bit politics. But let's get into the news. Let's start the show so that when he calls, we're ready to go. Spark FM Online, Saucy and Friends in the morning. Let's do this.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
Advertise your business, brand, or music on Spark FM. Contact us at sparkfmonline.com for more information. Call Spark FM at 617-272-3387.
She got a whole bunch of money. Rowdy. It's a party. It's a party. Oh, I was there. It's a party. I got nervous. I should have trusted you. Good morning, everybody. Today is October 22nd. It is the last day of Libra. Libra season is officially over after today.
And guess who's sliding in?
Who?
Scorpio.
They coming with the left foot first and the right foot after.
That's right. I don't know what that means, but that's how it's gonna be though.
Tristan and his sayings today, boy. Life give you apples, make orange juice. Oh, wow. Today is going to be another beautiful day. Sunny, high of 73. Winds in the northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. It is 9:32 a.m. and it is a day of tacos. I feel for a taco. Do I want a taco? I don't know if I want a taco more so. I want a what is it? I want a
quesadilla.
No.
Chalupa.
Gordito, what?
It's nothing to do with Mexican at all. I want a skillet. A skillet with potatoes and meat and a little gravy and a little something like that. That's what I want. I want a hearty ass meal.
Sizzling. Who used to make them sizzling skillets?
McKenna's has a good one, and you know who else has one? My place where I take all my hoes.
I was thinking that because they do that brisket brunch something.
It's crazy
with the potatoes in it. That is nice.
Who you say else got?
Them people there. Newcombs.
Oh yes, Newcomb. Yeah, that's the one I was thinking about. Newcomb's has a really good one too. That's what I want. You know who probably gonna have a skillet? Jason Finn will probably have a skillet if he could get open and sell us some breakfast.
I would like to eat some breakfast from Jason.
I'm just tired of him. I just can't wait till I could go downstairs, or I can order right here and then go downstairs and it's ready. Or he'll be like, "Oh, I was." In the area, so I came upstairs to bring you your breakfast sandwich.
All you got to do is just slide it under the door.
We should get a little chute from upstairs to downstairs. He put it in.
Dumb waiter.
Yes, and then he shoots it up, and then we can eat it.
Yeah.
Finn, let's talk. Let's talk. So let's get into it. Jamaica Plain activist hit by MBTA bus to be honored at Boston City Hall. Oh, it was an activist too? Damn.
Yeah.
Terrible. 50-year-old Jamaica Plain activist who died after being hit by an MBTA bus outside Forest Hill Station earlier this month will be honored at Wednesday's Boston City Hall. Boston. Also calling for improved safety measures for pedestrians in the wake of Glenn Ingram's death. Ingram was in a crosswalk at Tower and Washington Streets where he ended up under an MBTA bus as it was turning left. The fatal crash was galvanized a neighborhood that's been complaining about dangerous conditions for people walking near Forest Hill stations for years. Hundreds have signed a petition calling for a dedicated pedestrian light in the crosswalk, curb extensions, temporary flex pots, and landscaping changes to make visibility better for bus drivers. This did not need to happen. They need to fix it. It's exactly why I left the city 10 years ago. He would have been at City Hall. You would have heard him screaming from the rooftops. I mean, instead of making all of these goddamn bike lanes and center running lanes, y'all don't want to fix the lanes that have problems. Like, why isn't there a light up crosswalk in Forest Hills that's telling you when to walk and when to cross and when not to go?
A speaking one.
Yes. Move. Walk now.
Yep.
Walk now. Walk now. Stop.
Those are so bothering. However, I think it would be very, very useful in that intersection.
In this case, like, for real, like, if people have been calling for this for so long, how come we're able to install 1,500 speed bumps, but we can't install things in Forest Hill Station where it has all the traffic, all the buses, all the pedestrians walking over there? Why wouldn't y'all be focused on those places first? Who said we needed 7 speed bumps down Harvard Street? And we don't.
They're humps, remember?
Humps
in the city. But they're bumps in the suburbs.
Bumps.
Yes.
That is crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
What is the difference? Why do they change the name?
I don't know. Uncle Joe was trying to explain that to us the other day, and I couldn't quite understand what Uncle Joe was saying.
Often not but do you want to go? No, we don't need to necessarily go. Engine issues forces passengers off United plane at Logan Airport. Oh no. Passengers had to get off a United flight at Logan Airport on Monday after an engine issue was discovered prior to takeoff. The flight to Washington, D.C. returned to the gate as soon as the issue was discovered. There were no reported injuries, and the passengers were transferred to a different plane.
Oh, I haven't flown on United in a long time.
Really?
Yeah, when was the last time you flew United?
What did I fly on other than Spirit?
JetBlue.
It was JetBlue when we went Mint.
Yes.
When we lied down to go to Grenada.
Don't sleep on our Spirit first class.
Oh, our Spirit first class with our big seats and
our big seats and our free alcoholic beverages.
free alcoholic beverages. They just got a different kind of customer than me. I'm bougie for Spirit. I only sit in the front now. I get 2 drinks.
I know somebody was talking mess about Spirit yesterday. I was like, still no Spirit slander.
Still no Spirit. There was that one boy problem.
That one boy who
didn't tag the bag.
Yep, and
then Spirit just being a little bit archaic.
Right, but their customer service throughout the process was very good. I made a great friend, Monique. Remember me and Monique was on the phone for like a half an hour.
Yes, you guys were talking
one morning.
like best friends.
Yeah, she was my best friend. And me and Santos are like this now.
A heroic act. Grandmother saved 7-year-old seriously injured in a hit and run. Oh, that's terrible.
Oh, my gosh.
My goodness. 7-year-old Riley Ward is safe thanks to his grandmother Louise Ward after a hit and run in Stoneham that left Louise hospitalized with serious injuries. The car was coming and my Nana saw it, and she saw it coming and pushed me and the dog up so we could not get hit. And then she got hit, Riley said.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
Okay, yeah.
Driver. A little girl says her grandmother saved her and her dog from danger.
While police are now searching for that driver, 7's Eliza Krasinski live in Stoneham for us this morning with the details. Eliza?
Well, like you said, a grandmother was hit while crossing the street. The driver barely missing her granddaughter,
Why
who
have
tells us
Eliza
she
outside? She
still
was
can't
so
believe
nice.
she wasn't hit too.
The car was coming,
Oh.
and my Nana saw it. She speeded up to me and pushed me and the dog up so we could not get hit, and then she got hit.
7-year-old Riley Ward is safe.
Yes,
thanks to her
Riley.
Grandmother Louise Ward. Stoneham police releasing this video of the hit and run that happened Saturday night. They were walking in the crosswalk at the intersection of Pleasant and Spring Streets when police say Ward was hit by a small silver or gray SUV. And police say that driver didn't stop, leaving behind Riley and the family dog Nala, who the Wards say also helped pull Riley off the street in time. Louise Ward left on the ground, seriously hurt.
I raised my hand and yelled so people could see me.
People heard Riley's cries for help.
The car behind it stopped and pulled over, and then everyone started pulling over, and they started calling the ambulance, the police, and then they called the ambulance and the fire truck came.
The loving mother, grandmother, and lifetime caregiver rushed to the hospital.
Whole career she's taken care of people, in hospice and in nursing and everything else. She's always been the one everybody's kind of gone to take care of them when they were in time of need. Car, obviously, they were going pretty fast. They had to have known that they made impact, and they didn't even press their brake lights. They just took off.
Wow.
That is
They didn't even hit their
awful.
brakes.
They hit her and they didn't even slow down a little bit.
Did they get the license plate or anything?
Probably not. That's
All
crazy.
that camera work. If they was on SWAT, they would just zoom in.
Okay.
Girl, I am into SWAT.
Hondo and them be out there doing.
Hondo and them be out there doing it. The Hondo
What is it called? Stay liquid.
Yep. 20 David.
20 David. Get my 6. Get my 6.
I am into SWAT, boy, I tell you.
And you will become a SWAT member too. I keep telling people that I'm a part-time SWAT, part-time firefighter.
Oh,
it depends
wow.
on what day I have going on or what I have happening. A man stabbed.
Why you call Hondo stupid? Why is his name Hondo?
I don't know who's that. Pastor Troy.
Well,
Of course, he
miserable.
hates him.
Misery.
Man stabbed at South Bay Center in Dorchester. So I was reading about this today. What's wrong with y'all outside?
When did that happen?
Boston police say a person was stabbed on Monday night at Dorchester Bay Center. Officers responded around 9:45 to 11 Allstate Road for a report of a person stabbed. Police said Applebee's and Olive Garden shared the street address, but for footage from the scene showed police tape around Applebee's. So where did he get hit at? Applebee's or Olive Garden? And what was he trying to do?
No, Applebee's is across the street from Olive Garden.
Yeah, they share their address.
Oh, I mean, it is the same thing. Same. Yeah, they definitely say the same address.
But we were over there yesterday. So, that was after we got home. But you know what happened to me that was interesting at South Bay yesterday? I went to go buy some chips, the little bag of chips, the 2 for $1 ones. I like to get those for Noah for snack. There's a crackhead that was asleep, kneeling right in front of the chips.
And
I had to reach around him to get the chips.
Excuse me, Mr. Crackhead, can you please move?
I ruffled some of the bags, and he woke up. And then he moved, but he was kneeled down, like on one knee. He fell asleep. Like
I saw a young lady at the bus stop yesterday. She looked like she was doing a full downward dog yoga pose, and she was not. I don't think she was conscious.
Yeah,
it was very disturbing. Because I was like, "Is none of y'all walking is gonna stop and call somebody for her?"
No.
And are you supposed to call people for those people that are bent?
They just do a little head nod, a little nod and nod.
Oh,
I think they're okay.
Yes, I ruffled the bags. He got up. He grabbed 2 bags of chips, put them in his fruit bag with his donut, and probably stole it and left.
Yes.
This man that got stabbed, is he okay?
We don't know completely. Can you guys find some? See if you can find some detail.
He is expected to survive.
But you gotta go poop.
That's all we know.
What did she say?
Yeah, you got the next story.
A fugitive mass child porn suspect is found in a secluded Connecticut campsite. Now, this is a weird story that I was hearing yesterday. This guy, I don't know if you're gonna, whatever. Federal and state agents in Connecticut on Friday conducted a high-risk operation to arrest a Massachusetts fugitive who they said was hiding at a secluded campsite for months. Stephen Lebrecht, 40 years old, was arrested Monday at a campsite in Woodstock, according to the U.S. Marshals Service, which said it worked with Connecticut State Police on the arrest.
There goes the clip.
On child pornography charges has been captured in Connecticut. Stephen Lebrecht was arrested in the tiny town of Woodstock, which is in the northeastern part of the state. The U.S. Marshal Service says that Lebrecht was located in a secluded campsite where he had been hiding for months. Among the charges that he faces, child pornography, taking intimate photos of children, assault and battery, and witness intimidation. After he was arrested by marshals, Lebrecht was turned over to Connecticut State Police and is awaiting extradition to Massachusetts.
Wait, he was living in the forest and being a pervert?
Well, this is what I'm saying. I don't understand because
it's our son. He is always up in our business.
They said he was living there for months in a secluded campsite for months.
So then he would leave, do some nastiness, and then go back and live in the forest?
I don't know. It says the high-risk apprehension of Mr. Stephen Lebrecht on charges related to child pornography is spanning states and involving the close collaboration between federal, state, and local departments, said Lawrence Bobnick, acting U.S. Marshal for the District of Connecticut. So where did he do the perversions?
Yeah, like when did he leave there to go to take the pictures and be a deviant?
Oh, Lebrecht is wanted by Franklin and New Bedford police in Massachusetts on charges of child pornography, photographing intimate parts of a child, intimidation of a witness, reckless endangerment of a child, threatening obscene manner to a minor,
terrible.
Assault, and battery.
Oh, goddamn.
Wow. That's the whole gambit.
They threw the book at him.
He's Diddy.
Dude, Diddy. Boy, Diddy.
He's on
Bar Diddy, Diddy.
Oh, Diddy.
Oh, Diddy. Oh, Diddy.
We'll get into Diddy. Well,
he did it. Fans divided as Bill Belichick, 72, and his girlfriend, 24, share fall photos.
Yeah. Well, speaking of perverts, I mean, it's not perverted, I guess. 72 and 24?
What's that number?
I don't know. 40-something, right?
Yeah, about 50 years.
Yes, almost 50 years.
Yeah.
What? Who's nasty?
Both of them. She has serious daddy issues, and he probably a sugar baby, and I am confused about what you and a 24-year-old at 72 years old have in common.
Do you think she's one of his friend's granddaughters?
Yes, he's probably his own.
Oh God.
He could be her grandpeepa.
Her great grandfather.
Yeah, her peepa. Because this is crazy. My question more so than I'm gonna let grown people do whatever they want. I don't think she's grown because her frontal lobe has literally still not closed in yet. But I need to know how it started. Like you saw her cheering, was like, oh, look at that little one right there.
She's a cheerleader?
Yeah, I think so. Look at that little one right there. Let me go. She's 23. She probably just got out of college yesterday.
Yeah. Or she might not have gotten out yet.
Yeah.
So yeah, they went to visit this corn maze that was designed to look like him. They took some fall photos. The fans are divided about it, of course. The 72-year-old and 24-year-old took their relationship public earlier this year, though the two were also spotted together multiple times throughout 2023 when she was 2 years old. The nearly 50-year age difference
6 months
between the two stunned some fans at the time and continues to stir debate online whenever new photos of the couple spending time together surface. The 8-time Super Bowl victor and his former college cheerleader girlfriend were most recently photographed enjoying some festive fall activities at West End Creamery, an ice cream shop located in Whitensville, Mass, which I've never heard of.
What is crazy, looks like he was out with his grandchildren.
Because when I saw the first photo, I was like, which one is the girlfriend?
Me too.
Which one of these little girls? But I suppose it's this one in this fancy shoe and this Thriller jacket.
Yes. I mean, she's a cute little babe. She's a cute teenager.
She looks like a Mormon.
Yeah.
That's on Raspelsazzle. And whatever the thing is that the what is it that the people that dress with pilgrims and ride horses?
Oh, Amish.
Rumpelstiltskin.
Oh.
But when they go on their thing, when they go on their little journey, it's called a razzle dazzle.
Pilgrimage.
Somebody tell us. LaWanda, one of y'all tell us what it is.
I don't even begin to know what you're saying.
Rumpelstiltskin.
Okay.
I don't know.
The Oregon Trail.
Rumspringa.
Oh.
Rumspringa.
That was Oregon Trail.
You was actually talking about so I did
It's
not know.
Rumspringa. Yep, Rumspringa is a rite of passage for some Amish youth that involves a period of increased freedom or exploration.
Oh,
so that's what she looks
exactly
like.
what it is.
That's when they.
Yeah, when they go off to go see if you want to do this or whatever. That's what she looks like. Look at her shoes.
Bro,
what is that?
she just graduated from college in 21.
She looked like she lost her luggage in New England and had to go shopping at Walmart.
All right. With that said, everybody, we're going to take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back in a few moments. Keep it locked right here, Spark FM Online.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
You are enjoying the miracle of radio.
New England's #1 urban Caribbean music. Radio. Spark FM.
Finally Home is a must-read, step-by-step guide that will equip any first-time home buyer with the knowledge they need to confidently make informed decisions. This book provides answers in simple and clear terms to most, if not all, of the questions you may have about credit, home ownership, and generational wealth. Finally Home equips the reader with the confidence to be engaged with the home buying process without feeling vulnerable or exploited. Tailor-made Real Estate Easy is not just a catchy hashtag. It is real estate agent and radio personality Taylor Andre's goal. A goal to simplify one of the most challenging processes you will go through as an adult. A goal to educate you properly on credit and teach you the strategies to finding the home of your dream. It is not just a good book or an easy read. It is the secret to a seamless home buying experience.
Often I hear people talking about how high their electricity bills are. Massachusetts has programs that everyday homeowners pay for, but never look into. Have you ever considered why some homes have panels and others don't? If you have Eversource, National Grid, or Unitil for electricity, you are paying for your neighbors to get panels at no cost. The charges are on the bill. Why not get someone to pay for yours? This program also helps with re-roofing, tree cutting, and electrical upgrades. If you're tired of short-term solutions for a long-term problem, connect with Bakari to find out if your home meets the requirements to upgrade at no cost out of pocket. Save the planet, future-proof your family for power outages, and save tens of thousands of dollars on an otherwise lifelong bill. Mention Spark when you call or text SPARK to 617-829-9222. 833-8940 to get 2 months off your power bill covered if your home gets selected.
JP Morgan Chase is making a global commitment to break down barriers to drive inclusive economic growth all over the world. We believe there is a pressing need to help more people move up the economic ladder. That is why we are investing in communities and people to create an economy that works for all, because no community should be left behind. Right here in Boston, we're focusing that work in Dorchester, Roxbury, and Mattapan, among other neighborhoods, on improving financial health. These efforts aim to address the key drivers of the racial wealth divide head on. We're here to empower individuals, families, and small businesses by connecting them to the tools that build generational wealth and a long-lasting legacy. Chase is investing in Boston. Chase is investing in you. Visit us at the Mattapan branch at 1617 Blue Hill Avenue, where the team is waiting to help.
In our democracy, your vote matters. Make your voice heard. Get registered. Seek out reliable reporting on the candidates and issues and vote on or before November 5th. Visit vote411.org. This message is furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Spark FM.
Wizzy boy, make me dance. Daddy, oh, make me dance.
Igniting the airwaves. Spark FM. Join us on Facebook and Instagram at sparkfmonline.com. Turn us up.
Tell me how you want it, yeah. Call me and I'm over.
Spark FM.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. We are back in the building, and like I said, we have some special guests in there to you. Throughout the day, we'll have special guests, but we're starting off this one with our first special guest. Welcome back, Nicole. How are you?
I am great. Thanks for having me back.
Thank you for being here. If you guys don't know, Nicole is from BECMA, the Black Economic Council of Massachusetts. Mm-hmm. Tell us what that is for people who might be hearing it for the first time.
BECMA is a nonprofit. We're member-based, and our mission is to build Black wealth across the entire Commonwealth, and we do that through our policy and advocacy, through supporting businesses, through our programs, and through events like our Mass Black Expo.
Mm-hmm. And that is coming up, the Mass Black Expo. This is an event that I'm always really excited to attend when I can. Tell us about the Mass Black Expo.
The Mass Black Expo, this is our 6th one. And
wow.
It's, yes.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. And what it is a showcase of Black professionals, Black entrepreneurs, and our allies coming together and really showing out all the work that we're doing to build Black wealth. So we will have 50 Black businesses exhibiting at the space. We will have 12 panel discussions on topics around building Black wealth. Mm-hmm. And we define wealth as, of course, financial stability, mm-hmm. but there's also health is wealth and political power is
Absolutely.
Wealth. And clean air and affordable homes are also wealth. And of course, Black joy is wealth.
Mm-hmm.
And so
we'll
be focusing on all aspects of building wealth there. We'll also have some fun things. We're going to have an after party. We're going to have some great speakers like the Federal Reserve Bank of Boston President Susan Collins, a Black woman, a Jamaican.
Oh, wow. Okay.
She'll be coming and talking about it's almost 10 years since the Color of Wealth study mm-hmm. That found that the median net worth of Black Boston households is $8 compared to white Boston households of $250,000. So she's going to come and talk because it's almost 10 years since that.
Wow.
Where do we stand now?
Mm-hmm. With especially with that $8, that was this 10 years. Has it changed any bit in the last?
There's a new study
Okay.
by the Fed, and Susan Collins is gonna talk about that to answer that question. Where do we stand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
so-
I know that since then there's been a lot of efforts to increase that, including BECMA, because that's one of the reasons why you guys has started, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
We were born in reaction to that study. So about 700 members of the community came together when that study first came out, and several business leaders decided to form BECMA. So it's also coming up on our 10-year anniversary as well.
Yeah. It's so funny how these amazing organizations are birthed through problems like that, like a statistic that would encourage someone to do something about it. Because these days we don't have a lot of people that's actually making moves. We're talking about a lot of problems, but there's little to no solutions.
Right.
So I think that BECMA was birthed as a solution to that. And what kind of work have you guys been able to do in the last 10 years?
Well, I've been leading BECMA since January of 22. And since then, our team, which we started off around 4, we're now 17.
Wow.
We've supported over 800 Black-owned businesses across the Commonwealth. So that comes in the form of working capital grants, professional services. You need a lawyer, accountant, a marketer. We'll hire them for you. Digital solutions. So a lot of times people don't need a whole person, but maybe they need a subscription to Google or QuickBooks or something like that. So we've done a lot of that work. We've also done a lot of work in the advocacy space, whether it's at the federal level, like working with the Biden administration to eliminate student loan debt. Right? And, billions have already been eliminated thus far, even though we've been stymied by the Supreme Court. But also, we've been working at the state level. Liquor licenses were just announced for Boston, 225. That's a game changer. And also just other elements around housing and other things that affect our ability to build wealth here in the Commonwealth.
With the DEI efforts being opposed a lot, and, we heard about the Fearless Fund, how they were able to loophole that a little bit, to kind of come out victorious. How has that affected organization like the Black Economic Council, where it is, for Black people, Black and brown people, but there's all of these oppositions against DEI. How has that affected BECMA?
It's just the reality that we're in. We understand that because we have Black in our name, because of the work that we do, that, we know that it's possible, but we're not going to change what it is that we're doing. We know that building Black wealth is great for us, and actually it's great for everybody. The Massachusetts Taxpayer Foundation said that if we close the racial wealth gap in Massachusetts, that the economy will grow by $25 billion in just 5 years.
Oh,
really?
Yes. So
how do we do that? How do we get there? Like, what do we
Let's
gotta
do that.
Let's do it. And so, that's why our 4 pillars for building wealth, it's around making sure that our entrepreneurs get access to adequate and affordable capital to launch and scale their businesses. I always say nobody starts a business to get a grant. So we want to also make sure that people are buying, whether it's Black people from each other or private and public companies. We also focus on ownership, so home ownership, but also making sure businesses have a stake in the companies that they're running.
Oh, yes.
And then last but not least is around placement. That's making sure that we're placing ourselves in the growth economy here in Massachusetts, but we're also being placed in decision-making roles in boards, commissions, and in management.
Okay.
And
See,
so
we're trying to take over not take over. We're just trying to have equal stake in the game.
Yes.
Yes.
Take
I'm
over too.
looking at the schedule for the 2 days of the conference. Oh my goodness, it's jam packed with lots and lots of things. And how do people do everything? Because I want to do everything that's on here. There's EV test driving. That's awesome.
Yes. we did that last year, and it was a huge success, and we wanted to bring that back.
Let's pause there really quickly. For people who are interested in getting, because I've got a lot of questions about that, and we've been recently talking about it while here. People that want to get involved with not EV testing, but the EV industry. Yeah. How is BECMA connected to that? And
They should definitely come out this Friday, because since 2021, BECMA's been conducting Kickstarter events, which is where we talk about the industry and how you get into the industry. And now we're funding 20 businesses, Black-owned businesses, to transition into the industry. So we'll be having one of those Kickstarters on Friday, and the team that's overseeing our climate work is going to be there. So if you can come out on Friday, otherwise they can reach out to us at info@becma.org
and get the information. And Friday, where is it going to be? What time?
It's
9. Oh, sorry.
9 o'clock on Friday at the Boston Convention Center, and you can go to massblackexpo.com.
Oh, at the Mass. I thought it was something different. So Mass Black Expo is the 25th and 26th.
Yeah, Friday and Saturday.
Friday and Saturday. It kicks off at what, 9 a.m.? 9 a.m. registration begins. All guests are welcome to check in and registration. Costs associated with attending, or how can people get tickets, all of that good information.
Yeah. massblackexpo.com has all of that. And one of the things that we've learned last year is that we needed to make a lot more time for networking. And so we worked that into the calendar, the schedule, so that people can make those connections. I can't tell you how many people have said, I met somebody at the expo, and ultimately it resulted in a contract or a partnership. So it's important time, and we were very intentional about networking time.
It's also good to just build those relationships. I remember when a couple times when we went, you see people that you've seen in Boston before, but you don't really talk to them. At these events, it's like there's nothing else for us to do than to talk to each other about this. So why not? How does this differ from something like the small business conference and BECMA? I know it's Black, but what do you guys try to do differently than they do?
Like I said, we're trying to be really intentional about bringing people together with the mission of building wealth. I think why we're there is important. And so the allies that are there, those are whether they're private companies or governmental entities, they're the ones that we've been working with. And, we want them to buy from us. We want them to hire us. We want them. So I think to invest in us. And then for the Black folks, I really do think that there's so much opportunity right now that it's important that we talk to each other and not feel like we have to compete against each other. There's so much out there that I really feel that being interested in partnering and collaborating is just the moment that we're in right now. We try to partner together a little bit more.
Absolutely.
I noticed here too, and that the culmination of the event ends with a keynote address by Pinky Cole.
Talk about it.
So we always do our expos on a Friday, but we realize that many people can't take a day off from work, and so we have Saturday sessions. And so we were really pleased to have Pinky Cole Hayes, the serial entrepreneur, Slutty Vegan Restaurants, and so much more. She'll be closing out our expo this year on Saturday at 5 o'clock.
See, these are the type of things that I love to see. I love to see that, because not only are you bringing us together to be able to collaborate and to work together and to network, but we're also getting some real sound advice from real people who have been through it. I followed Pinky's story for a long time, and she's just such a great inspiration. If you can come from all of that and still be probably one of the most known entrepreneurs over a vegan burger, then what else can you do? That's so crazy.
She's
I would like to know, what do you think there's anything that Black Boston is missing right now to contribute, or you think we're smooth sailing right now?
No, I don't think we're smooth sailing. I think we've made some progress, but I think government and companies, they they really talk by where they spend their money. And so we have a long way to go in getting contracts for our businesses. And
they've increased. When Shigun is on, he tells us about the increase in percentage of the contracts that we're getting.
Yes.
It's not a lot, but there is an increase, which is
2% to I believe 6% now.
Yeah, I think it's double digits now that the city of Boston has done in their purchasing, which just shows in a very short period of time how quickly they've moved the needle, which to me is a sign of leadership, right? So, but if the city of Boston can do it, then private companies can do it. Other cities around the state can do it. I have the opportunity to be appointed by the governor to lead the state's supplier diversity office, the board of advisors for their diverse and small businesses. And so,
Congratulations.
So
that sounds important.
Yeah. In that role, we really are working to push the opportunities to open up purchasing by the state with more diverse providers. So we are making some progress, but we have a long way to go. We just have to keep doing it.
And I don't think we should ever get too comfortable. Never. We're never smooth sailing. No.
And what about the mindset of the community, the mindset of the people? Do you think we are united? Do you think that we need to get it together a little more?
Like I said, I feel that we're in a moment now where there's so much growth opportunity. And so those of us that want to move forward, like I said, I think it's very difficult to go alone. And for some reason, I feel that a lot of us do that.
Yes.
We kind of go alone, and nobody else really does that. But we need to work together more to take advantage of these opportunities. There are billions of dollars coming in from the climate space. The Massachusetts economy has grown so much from life sciences over the years, and before that, there were other booms as well. And
why do you think it's so hard for Bostonians to work together? It seems like Bostonians don't really care to collab too much. They want to protect their babies so much. What is it?
I feel like it's new. I feel like we've come in. I think that the country in general kind of sets the price. Everybody's just so by themselves. Everybody's just.
I also think that some of the resources have been so scarce that people get very territorial and competitive. But I do think that we have so much more opportunities that we're going to be able to realize if we partner more together. And and people are doing it. So an example.
There's enough to go around.
Yeah, definitely. There's more than enough, actually, especially when you think about Massachusetts is very concerned about the out-migration of workers. And these corporations and governmental entities, they're looking for people. So that's good for jobs, but I think for people who actually sell goods and services like we do, it's also an opportunity for us as well to fill that gap.
I love that. This is great. Just to make sure that everybody realizes or know what's going on, this is this weekend coming up, Friday and Saturday, the 25th and the 26th. It's going to be where?
At the Boston Convention Center in the Seaport.
Starting at 9 a.m. in the morning, registration starts. There are many things that you guys can do there. I see those little networking hours, coffee and connections. There is the climate and sustainability, EV test drives,
we have
and
a Black-owned business pavilion.
Ooh, so there's lots of vendors that is gonna. Oh, that last time we missed the vendors because we was doing other things, but there was tons of vendors in there. You could buy all kind of great stuff.
It looks like there's panels on everything too. Artificial intelligence. There is a panel talking about DEI and reclaiming the narrative.
Oh, good.
Generational wealth. All of those things. And you touch on politics a little
bit. So we're 501c3, so we can't. We're not partisan, but we do know that we need to vote. And so we'll be partnering with an organization to make sure that anybody who hasn't voted, just because we're in Massachusetts, sometimes people feel like we're good, but there are ballot items. There are local electeds.
Questions,
There are questions. And so we have a panel on Saturday that's going to walk through the ballot and all the questions.
Yeah.
And we will have an organization that's registering folks to vote. And I say, don't just vote on the presidential election, vote every time.
Oh,
Vote
yes.
every time.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
We are
very
super
nice.
voters over here. We
Yep.
believe in it. And
Yes.
it's something that everybody just kind of like make it muscle memory.
Yeah.
When it's an election day, who cares what's happening? Go and elect. Go and fill in your bubbles.
Yeah.
So there's going to be voter registration. There's going to be people talking about the ballots, what's on it, how to make a good choice. Right? I'm not encouraging you, just giving you information to help you guys make your choices. Generational wealth. Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. We have some great restaurant tours. So we'll
I
have
saw that too,
Suya
yes.
Joint and Butter Your Biscuit.
What is a butter your biscuit?
Well, you got to go find out.
Oh, let me
I will
you
tell
gonna
you
make me
their
find out right now.
Said you gonna learn today.
Biscuits will be involved, yes.
Yeah, I mean,
I love a biscuit.
I love me a biscuit. You can butter your.
I like that name.
I see what. Oh,
Black
Nicole.
owned. Black owned.
I'm not even gonna tell them this. Wow.
We there.
Okay. Yep. We're sold. So this is again Friday and Saturday of this month. This is this week coming up right now. Friday and Saturday. You can get your tickets at massblackexpo.com.
Yes.
Massblackexpo.com. Is it too late for businesses who are interested in sponsoring or registering or tabling or anything like that?
Yes.
It is too late. Y'all should have been there a long time ago.
Yeah.
But they should still come out, and there'll be other opportunities. Like I said, we have events throughout the year, and so there'll be other opportunities to allow allies, Black-owned businesses who want to show out. We have chances to do that for sure.
One thing, I just saw a question in the frequently asked questions. It is an all ages event.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you guys have anything specifically for teen entrepreneurs yet?
No, but we have had college students come. So last year we had a couple of groups of college students, and we know that more are coming back this year.
Good.
Also, corporations are sending some of their employee resource groups
good.
as well.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
But yeah.
Okay, that's good. We'll work on a teen, because I know that there's a lot of great companies out here, and I want to connect you with some of them too, because they are awesome. Like the Possible Zone, they are
Yes.
great. Yeah,
Yes.
they're coming in I think this week, because they have a hackathon coming soon. So these are the things that I would love to see collaborations on. Places like BECMA and the Possible Zone and things like that. So I'm excited about, what the future is. Congratulations to 6 years.
Yeah.
Doing the MBE.
Yes.
What's your favorite part of it? That's what we'll leave off with.
I love the test drives. Makes me a little nervous, but I think it's exciting to just try some vehicles that maybe we hadn't even really thought about, and just have that experience. And so I'm really happy to be able to bring that to the community and just say, like, all of this stuff is not for other people, it's for us as well.
Yeah.
And so I think that's my favorite part.
Me too. Everything black. That's what I like. BECMA, Black Economic Council of Massachusetts, the Mass Black Expo this week, starting at 9 on Friday, going all the way to Saturday. Make sure you guys get your tickets. Make sure that you guys contact or connect with people.
Yes.
Collaborate. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Generational wealth. Ooh, it's a little sound bowling too. I like that.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
take care of
health is wealth, right?
your mind
Holistic.
With that said, Nicole, thank you so much for continuing to show up for your people and for this community. We appreciate you and can't wait to see you this weekend.
Great. And thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
I love your spot.
Thank you. I was waiting for that. Let me stop. Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. We'll be right back in a few minutes.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
Spark FM. Spark FM.
This is a message from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Travel increases your chance of getting and spreading COVID-19. Take steps to protect yourself and others. Wear a mask that completely covers your nose and mouth. Masks are required on planes, buses, trains, and other forms of public transportation traveling into within or outside of the U.S. and in U.S. transportation hubs such as airports and stations. Stay at least 6 feet away from others. Wash your hands often and watch for symptoms of COVID-19. When traveling back to the U.S., you must show a negative COVID-19 test result or have documentation of recovery from COVID-19 before boarding your flight back to the U.S. Visit cdc.gov/COVID-19 travel to learn more about travel requirements and recommendations.
Finally Home is a must-read step-by-step guide that will equip any first-time homebuyer with the knowledge they need to confidently make informed decisions. This book provides answers in simple and clear terms to most, if not all, of the questions you may have about credit, home ownership, and generational wealth. Finally Home equips the reader with the confidence to be engaged with the home buying process without feeling vulnerable or exploited. Tailor-made Real Estate Easy is not just a catchy hashtag. It is real estate agent and radio personality Taylor Andre's goal. A goal to simplify one of the most challenging processes you will go through as an adult. A goal to educate you properly on credit and teach you the strategies to finding the home of your dream. It is not just a good book or an easy read. It is the secret to a seamless home buying experience.
Hi, it's Tori DeVito. In every family, small conversations can make a big impact. I grew up on tour with my parents. Kind of different, but we bonded over music just like other families do over sports, camping, or other interests. And we talked. Little everyday conversations from silly to serious that built a foundation over time. Honest conversations, like when my dad shared his experiences as an alcoholic.
Your honesty about that part of your life gave me a sense of integrity that I wanted to uphold in my own life. And I was so grateful that you and Mom had become these sober, stable people who were always there for me.
I wanted you to know, from someone who's been in recovery more than 30 years now, that hard work is what creates success, not alcohol or other drugs, whether it's music or anything else. I said it a lot, and I'm glad you took it to heart.
Talk, they hear you. For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Spark FM.
Wheezy boy, make me dance. Daddy, oh, make me dance.
Igniting the airwaves. Spark FM.
Join us on Facebook and Instagram at sparkfmonline.com.
Turn us up.
Tell me how you want it, yeah. Call me and I'm on it.
Spark FM.
Is it good to you? Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. Saucy and Friends in the morning. Hot Sauce, Miss Tony B. Knowin, and Rockstone Triz in the building. It's time for our national and world news. Miss
Oh boy, what in the world? A Texas man whose execution was halted doesn't appear at state capitol after he had been subpoenaed. Why? Why was he not there?
Who?
The man, remember the man who they stayed his execution? He would be, they stayed his execution because he had been subpoenaed, right?
Yeah.
And then he doesn't show up. So a Texas man whose execution was halted and called to testify at the state capitol did not show up on Monday.
Excuse me. How did he not show up?
That's what I don't know. Over growing pushback from state leaders who have blasted lawmakers' last-ditch tactics to subpoena Robert Robinson and spare his life for now. His absence at a highly anticipated State House committee meeting was another twist in what has become one of Texas' most unusual and contested death row cases. A group of Republican and Democratic lawmakers have rushed to Robertson's defense, saying outdated science led to a jury conviction of him killing his 2-year-old daughter in 2002. After they subpoenaed Robertson last week to buy him some more time, the Attorney General's office opposed efforts to bring him to the state capitol and told the state's highest court that doing so would present myriad security and logistical concerns.
What are you saying?
They wouldn't let him come. After they subpoenaed him, then they wouldn't let him go.
I'm listening to you, Goodly, and I'm just so confused about what the hell is... Tonight, the state of Texas is executing an innocent man for a crime that didn't occur. Where was all these white people for poor Marcellus Williams?
They don't care about Marcellus Williams. They didn't care.
They
The
did not
delayed
care.
execution has opened a rift in Texas between legislators and state GOP leaders, leading Republican Governor Greg Abbott, who says the last-minute maneuver on Robinson's behalf crossed a line. If this committee wanted to take a heavy-handed approach, there are dramatic ways that we could enforce that subpoena, Democratic Rep. Joe Moody said, but we didn't issue the subpoena to create a constitutional crisis, and we aren't interested in creating division between branches of government. We have to find a story on this because I don't understand.
Here goes El Cipriano.
Roberson was supposed to appear at when lawmakers last week subpoenaed him as an attempt to prevent his execution from moving forward last Thursday. Roberson was convicted of murder in 2003 for killing his 2-year-old daughter on what prosecutors had claimed to be the shaken baby syndrome. Roberson didn't appear at the Capitol due to legal pushback from the governor's office and the attorney general's office, and instead we heard from celebrity talk show host Dr. Phil and best-selling author John Grisham as witnesses.
She didn't present normally, the way a typical distressed parent would, and the child was in distress. There wasn't anything wrong with seeing red flags. It's what happened after that. And I really feel like he didn't get due process. He didn't get a fair trial.
What happened? What is the case?
Remember they said that he shook the baby, but the baby didn't have no shaking baby.
Oh, this is the same one.
Yeah.
He didn't shake the baby.
No, he did not.
What is happening? Why is this happening? I'm so confused about the law. I don't know how to interpret the law. I'm confused. If the baby was not shooken, what is he on death row for?
Right. And then so then that's one question.
What his name is?
Robertson. That's one question. But then the next question is, y'all stayed his execution by subpoenaing him to appear in court, and now they won't let him go to court. So what is going on here? What is the end game here?
I don't understand. How come they're able to pull these types of hoodwinks and bamboo? I don't understand the law.
I don't understand what it is either, but I do know that I want this pot dish of noodles here. Oh, that website looks good. The Central Park 5 defamation suit against Trump is being explained. So just over 1 month after former President Donald Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris appeared on ABC for a debate in Philadelphia watched by 67 million people across America, the exonerated Central Park 5 has filed a defamation lawsuit against Trump, and rightfully so. Antron Brown, Kevin Richardson, Raymond Santana, Corey Wise, and Yusef Salam were each named as plaintiffs in the case brought Monday in the U.S. District Court for the Eastern District of Pennsylvania. And they said Trump falsely stated that plaintiffs killed an individual and pled guilty to the crime.
He literally, practically killed them.
And he called for them to be lynched.
Yes. Yeah.
In 1989, the then teenagers were wrongfully accused of raping Trisha Mailey as she jogged in Central Park. The 5 were also accused of attacking Knight. While in police custody, plaintiffs were each separately subjected to hours of coercive interrogation under duress with no attorney present and often without a parent or guardian present, the lawsuit recounted. Plaintiffs all initially denied having any knowledge of the Central Park assaults. However, after hours of interrogation, 4 of the plaintiffs agreed to provide written and videotape statements in which they falsely admitted to having been present during the assaults. I heard that the documentary that they have on this on Netflix is so heartbreaking.
It is.
People said
first episode.
Yeah, people said that is something that they never ever want to rewatch again. Like it's one and done. You cannot watch it again.
I watched it and I cried from the first 5 minutes because it was horrible what they did to those children. It was absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible.
From there, the Central Park Five faced trials, maintained their innocence, were convicted by juries in 1990, and were sent to prison, only to be exonerated decades later after the real attacker, Matias Reyes, admitted to the crime against Mei Lee, and DNA conclusively provided that Reyes was the true perpetrator, court documents said. In fact, plaintiffs were not involved in the assaults in any way, and their statements were the product of coercion and duress, the lawsuit said. Plaintiffs all recanted their coerced statements shortly after their interrogations. The Central Park Five were ultimately exonerated, their convictions were vacated, and the New York City went on to settle a lawsuit to the tune of $41 million between the five of them. Not enough.
That's not enough.
What does this have to do with Trump? During the September 10th debate, Harris said that throughout his life and career, Trump has attempted to use race to divide the American people. And one of the examples she provided was the full-page ad he placed in the New York Times and elsewhere in 1989, calling for the execution or lynching of 5 young black and Latino boys who were innocent, and the Central Park Five took out a full-page ad calling for their execution. In response to Harris, Trump said that they come up with things like what she just said going back many, many years when a lot of people, including Mayor Bloomberg, agreed with me on the Central Park Five, which was not true. They admitted, they said they pled guilty, and I said, well, if they pled guilty, they badly hurt a person, killed a person, ultimately he said, and if they pled guilty, then they pled we're not guilty.
Oh yeah, they said they were guilty. Then they said they were not guilty. What bothers me about America is the amount of people that hear Donald Trump and run with that same rhetoric. There's an overwhelming of comments that are saying, "Well, they pled guilty." You idiots. Yeah. You friggin' idiots. They were 13 and 15 years old with no parents. Yep. They were interrogated for hours. They didn't plead no damn guilty. And the fact that they're the exonerated 5 means that they were never, ever guilty.
They were never
So
ever
I'm not
guilty.
sure why Donald Trump why he can't just admit defeat.
So that's what the lawsuit against him now is saying. That these words that were demonstrably false. Plaintiffs never pled guilty to any crime and were subsequently cleared of all wrongdoing. Further, the victims of the Central Park assaults were not killed. The lawsuit alleged that Trump engaged in malicious, intentional, and reckless conduct and should be on the hook for punitive damage to punish defendant Trump for his conduct and deter him and others similarly situated from acts like this in the future. Trump's prior exchange with a reporter during his presidency appears to have been cited as some proof that he knew the Central Park Five didn't kill anyone or pled guilty, though he did say they admitted their guilt. There's the whole thing is right there. In response to the request for comment, Trump campaign spokesman Stephen Chung said that the federal complaint is just another frivolous election interference lawsuit filed by desperate left-wing activists in an attempt to distract the American people from Kamala Harris's dangerous liberal agenda and failing campaign.
Filed by left-wing activists, not filed by the people who Trump has hurt.
Yeah, the frantic lawfare nowhere, and President Trump is dominating as he marches to a historic win for the American people on November 5th.
It's delusional, right? It's
Delulu.
It's Delulu. Oh, Delulu. It's so Lulu.
It's
so Lulu.
Yeah.
Because why?
Right.
What is wrong? As everybody's ears not working.
Not only that, but furthermore, why is that funny? Laura Trump snaps when Charlemagne the God laughs at her claim that Donald Trump isn't racist.
Oh, that whole exchange was so confusing to me. Did you see it?
Well, what's confusing to me is why that exchange took place. Why are
we talking to her?
Why are we talking to her?
I don't want to talk to anybody who can't have a real conversation with me about what's real. If I'm playing you a tape that says Donald Trump is Donald Trump's voice calling foreign countries that are full of black people shithole countries.
Yes.
Why, when I ask you, is Donald Trump racist, you'll be like, oh, there's not one racist. What? That was just an observation?
She said she had never seen her father-in-law, Donald Trump, say a racist thing.
She didn't see it. Maybe you didn't see it. But did you hear it, honey?
The RNC co-chair, married to Eric Trump, appeared as a guest on the radio. Ain't Eric the stupid one?
First of all, Eric looks like he's some type of sexual deviant in himself.
He the stupid one, right? He the one that they always making fun of on everything.
Stupid?
Well, yeah, but he's the famous stupid one. A lot of people feel that Trump is racist. And what do you say to that, DJ Envy asked her, as the pair debated about the former president's co-chair president's treatment of the Central Park Five. Trump is being sued for defamation by the group of men. At the same time, the real estate mogul bought full-page ads. We just saw Laura defended Trump.
I found that ad too. This crazy.
Laura defended Trump throughout the 55-minute sit-down. I will say that you have to look at somebody and what they actually have done. And Donald Trump really was very beneficial to the black community when he was in the White House. I will say. I mean, he gave us lots of money, according to that stupid girl the other day.
Is that what she said? Oh,
and that's not true.
What's her Alexis Sky?
Yeah, Alexis
She's
Sky.
an idiot. She recanted that statement when she realized that she was an idiot.
Well,
good.
I will say, I've never seen this man say a racist thing. I think the attacks are fairly, she added, before being cut off by Charlemagne, who was heard chuckling off camera. Laura turned to the host and asked, "Why is that funny, Charlemagne?" And he says, "I'm just laughing. It's hysterical. But I mean, people act like there's no such thing as Google or we don't have TV or radio."
That's what I'm saying. You don't Google?
Laura then challenged him to list some of Trump's racist remarks. What is it that you think that he said? In the edit, the show cuts to news footage of inflammatory comments made by the Republican candidate over the years. When Mexico sends its people, they're not sending their best. One of the clips from the 2015 showed Trump saying, "They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists." Laura insisted, this is a man who was beloved by so many people in this country, and he was friends with everybody.
Why? How come that be the answers? How come that was the answer to what you just said? How come it was the answer to, I'm showing you a montage of clips of Trump being completely disorderly and ridiculous towards other people, and you'll be like, he's loved by so many. I didn't ask you that.
Yeah.
That's not at all what I asked you. I asked you, what do you say about these clips?
I don't know.
They're stealing the black jobs.
I want to talk
They're
to
stealing the black jobs. Well, that's what she said.
Trump supporter.
She added that her work was not only been about ensuring that we have some of the lowest black unemployment ever in our country, but that also knowing that should be a baseline where everybody has a job, and what we should be invested in is also building wealth in the community, which is why we have BACMA.
Let's see what this was
a
back in.
well-educated black. Puerto Rico. These are animals.
Look at my African American over here.
Yes.
A history of Trump's racist
when he
language.
talks that way, the way he did on this tape, it confirmed that he is truly a racist.
We don't need an N-word tape to know President Trump.
A well-educated black has a tremendous advantage over a well-educated white. A black may think that they don't really have the advantage. If I was starting off today, I would love to be a well-educated black.
They don't look like Indians to me, and they don't look like Indians to Indians. It would be 9 blacks against 9 whites, all highly educated, very smart, strong, beautiful people, right?
Pocahontas.
Wow.
Is it offensive?
Oh, really? Oh, I'm sorry about that. Pocahontas, I think she's as Native American as I am, okay?
When Mexico sends its people, they're not sending their best. They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists, and some, I assume, are good people. I want surveillance of certain mosques.
Negotiating with China. They say, we want deal.
We want deal.
I'm asking for the vote of every single African American citizen in this.
Stop right there. We're going to stop right there.
Oh, wow.
You got 14 days to vote.
When I was watching that, I had visceral reactions to it being like, is this for real? Like, are we serious here? This is the man who could potentially be the next, again? Who could be president again?
That's sick that he was president in the first place.
Man, listen.
And it's sicker that y'all think that he might should anybody. I don't understand.
What y'all smoking on?
What y'all smoking on?
And even though, commonsensical, because I was arguing with this African man today in Africa who was wondering why we don't like Trump. And I was just like, I just feel like you have so many other things to deal with, like apartheid.
I mean, what are you talking about?
Like, you're not even here. Mind your goddamn business. Sir. What are you saying?
Why you do these?
Why you do this? Why you
don't mind your business?
Why you respond to him? Because you had time this morning. Like, what was your problem?
It was at 6:07.
What's going on with you? What's wrong with your life?
There was no comments at that point. I just said, why don't you mind your damn business, African? And that wasn't trying to be racist, but you're not even here. You're not even here.
I'm scratching my head a little bit.
African American.
I think it was racist.
I mean, a little bit, but so was he.
Yes, you're right.
He was being racist too because you're not minding your business and you're vouching for the YT man. I was like, you look like the type that would probably sell your village out for a couple of rubles, and I don't have time for that.
I don't want to read this next story. I'm not going to read that next story.
That is the next story.
I'm going to skip that. A woman, a Marine Corps veteran, was allegedly kicked off of a flight for her T-shirt the other day, which is weird. So a Marine Corps veterans alleges she was booted from a Delta flight last week for wearing a T-shirt calling for an end to veteran suicide, according to multiple media reports. Catherine Banks told the NBC Bay Area that the incident occurred Wednesday as she wore a T-shirt that reads, "Do not give in to the war within, end veteran suicide." Banks told NBC that she was attempting to fly out of San Francisco International Airport. A male flight attendant was saying, ma'am, I looked around like, who is he talking to? And it was me. He said, "You need to get off the plane." And I was like, what did I do? Banks could not be reached for comment Monday, but NBC reported that she learned why she was booted from the plane while on the jet bridge by a flight attendant.
Tell me.
He said that your shirt you're wearing is threatening.
That was the halter top girl?
No, she had on a shirt that said end veteran suicide.
The war with
What is threatening?
I don't know.
It said end veteran
suicide.
It said the war within, right?
Yeah, do not give in to the war within, end veteran suicide.
There's nothing wrong with that shirt.
And he said her shirt was threatening.
How? Tell me, what did it explain what he meant?
I don't know. She said, "Are you kidding me? I'm a Marine Corps vet. I'm going to see my sister."
Oh, she's in the Marine Corps vet.
She was going to visit her sister who's in the Marines.
Oh.
I've been in the Marine Corps for 22 years and worked for the Air Force for 15 years. I'm going to visit my sister. And he said, "I don't care about your service, and I don't care about her service. The only way you're going to get back on this plane is if you take that shirt off."
Huh.
They eventually let her back onto the flight, but she had to sit in the back and she missed her connection because of the delay. Delta said in a statement to the Marine Corps Times Monday that the matter had been resolved. "We appreciate her patience as we continue to work to understand what occurred during this event. Most importantly, we thank her for her service to the country." The airline's website states that the flight crews may remove passengers when their conduct, attire, hygiene, or odor creates an unreasonable risk or offense or annoyance to other passengers.
So they're not going to tell us what happened to that man?
No.
And that means she's flying Delta free for the rest of her life.
And I hope so.
I hope so.
And
I hope that
I
they appreciate her
sincerely
service enough that she gets unlimited flights.
Hope so.
And I hope that somebody knocked him in the face.
And I mean, he needs to be fired
Because
expeditiously.
who's miserable? Like what type of miserality do you have to be a part of to be that way? I don't care about your service or your sister's service, but your shirt is a threat.
What is who was this shirt a threat to?
I don't know.
I don't know, me either. End the war within. Stop veteran suicide.
I don't know.
Maybe it said war and suicide.
That's all
was
you
the
saw
words.
was war and suicide, I think.
But suicide is not a threat to anyone but yourself.
True, very true. Touche.
So,
war.
What
is it good for?
Absolutely nothing. Say it
Yes.
again. Speaking of airports, the airport has introduced a time limit on hugs. The max hug time is 3 minutes.
Oh, America has gone to the shit. I can't even hug nobody.
For fonder farewells, please use the car parking garage. Go over there. This is not in America. This is in New Zealand.
Oh, that was like, I can't even hug nobody.
In travel news this week, the Chinese pets earning snack money in cafes. Did you see that? People can bring their pets to cafes in China, and people can take pictures with them, but they have to pay you to take pictures with your pets.
Oh, I'm moving to China.
Yeah,
because the amount of attention that Sparkell Johnson receives on a daily basis, I should be paid for it.
He does receive a lot of attention.
A lot of attention.
Very attention grabbing.
Yes, he is.
It's a little cult-like following.
Intimidating.
Because everybody sees him. It's weird. A European capital that's had enough of drunk tourists. I'm not sure what that's about. And the New Zealand airport now curtailing caresses. Dunedin Airport in New Zealand has sparked debate around the world with its new sign imposing a 3-minute limit on hugs in its drop-off zone, adding, for fonder farewells, please use the car park.
Why?
Some commenters on a Facebook post that went viral are outraged at a curfew on cuddles, while others marvel at an airport still having a free drop-off area at all, given the general rise in fees and fines. Dunedin Airport CEO Daniel De Bono weighed in on the topic in an interview with New Zealand's RNZ Radio, describing airports as hotbeds of emotion. He pointed to a study, suggesting a 20-second hug is enough to get a burst of the love hormone oxytocin, and argued that moving customers along quickly allows more people to get more hugs.
Also, they're limiting the hugs. Not the sign. Max hug time. That's such an evil ass sign.
Yeah.
Max hug time is 3 minutes. First of all, number one, who's hugging anybody for more than 1 minute?
No. Them Europeans now.
Do they be hugging for a long time? Like, is hugging at the airport that long a thing? Like, because I don't. My dad just be like, and then
it's a circle of hugs.
If I hug for 3 minutes, it might be a little hunch in there. My hunch a little.
They got the circle of hugs. You can't just hug one person. You got to at least hug and you leaving going on a trip too.
No, but this talking about one hug. This is one hug.
You got 3 minutes for one hug.
I have never hugged anybody for 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Unclothed. You know. What are we hugging that much for?
I know, what is that?
That's a cuddle.
Yeah.
That's cuddling. After a minute, it's cuddling.
It's inappropriate.
I'm trying to think, Larry. Try to help me think.
What? What is that?
Hurry up and hug, ho.
I mean, I'm serious. Like, what you hugging that long for?
I know, you just supposed to, hey, have a good trip. I love you.
What's really nice, though, about this airport is that they allow you to, you get 15 minutes free in the parking lot.
Oh.
And this CEO said he's seen a lot of interesting things go on in those 15 minutes over the years.
Oh, so maybe they have an extreme.
Don't give me 15 minutes.
15 minutes to hug.
Because all I need is 2 pumps and a twist. 2 pumps and a twist.
And that still ain't the 3-minute limit.
We might do it 5 times in 15 minutes if you with me.
You want speed? You want speed?
I'm just saying. Anyways, this last story.
Oh, wow.
A woman wedged upside down between rocks for 7 hours after trying to retrieve her phone.
Is there a picture? Because that's all I care about.
7 hours.
7 hours. Didn't all the blood rush to her head? She
That's
didn't
what
die?
I'm saying. A woman who tried to retrieve her lost cell phone between 2 boulders in Australia's Hunter Valley became stuck upside down for 7 hours before she was rescued earlier this month. Just the bare soles of the woman's feet can be seen in photos of the incident posted on social media Monday on the New South Wales Ambulance Service. The woman had been walking with friends on a private property in Laguna, a country town in the Hunter Valley about 75 miles from Sydney, when she dropped her phone. She tried to retrieve. I want to see the feet.
Oh, wow. It's for literally there.
As she tried to retrieve it, she slipped face first into a 3-meter, about 10 feet crevice between 2 large boulders, so deep that her friends were unable to reach her. The woman's name wasn't formally released, but rescue services said that she's 23 years old. The ambulance specialist rescue paramedic Peter Watts told CNN there was no phone signal in the area, so her phones had to leave her to phone for help. All of them didn't have to leave. He was among the first on the scene. My initial thought was, how are we going to get her out of there? Because I've never come across this. In our ambulance rescue training, we cover some trench rescue, confined space rescue, and vertical rescue, but it was sort of an amalgamation of all of those things in the one job. When Watts and others arrived, all they could see was a woman's feet between a 4-inch gap in the rocks. As she crawled into the little hole, she slipped and slid about 3 meters down a chute and got stuck. The area where she fell was about 164 feet down an overgrown brush track that was inaccessible even with off-road vehicles.
Was she okay when they finally got her out?
I don't know. We all put our heads together and determined that the only way to get her out is to come out vertically, which means we have to remove these rocks. Where's her feet? I still don't see them.
Oh, you didn't see them? It's just two little tiny little feet.
Oh my gosh. I don't know. 6 large boulders had to be removed before rescuers could get close enough to physically touch her feet.
Wow.
They were concerned about her being upside down for so long and possibly suffering from the effects of excess pressure on her limbs. It took a few hours before enough rock was removed for rescuers to first access one foot and then the other. Was she okay? Then they started to manipulate her body. I don't know. This is such a long story.
This is so crazy.
Miraculously, she escaped with only minor scratches and bruising. The woman was taken to the hospital for observation, and her phone, however, remains trapped.
Show that little picture of the feet, Tristan. You had it on there before. I think you took it off. There's a little tiny picture.
Schneider said she really doesn't want anybody to see her photo gallery.
Is that what it looked like when she? Oh wow! Look at all these good pictures.
Where's the little feet?
Tristan is going very fast and not showing you guys.
I got it.
He don't want y'all to see the feet. And then we'll go to a quick commercial break after.
No, she's not dead.
Look at her
right here.
Oh.
I'm confused. The phone dropped down there, and she thought that she could get the phone from where she was, and went down there and ended up slipping inside.
No, I think she went to reach for it and flipped over and fell down.
Like she didn't think that she was just trying to see if she could get it.
Yeah,
and then slipped. I don't think I would have seen if I could get it. I think I would have assumed that I could not get it.
Yeah, I think Schneider's right. I think she really didn't want anybody to see her photo gallery.
Wow. That is terrible.
Fool her. It's in the cloud. Anyways, that's the national news for today.
In the interest of time, let's just keep it going. Facing 7 more lawsuits, Diddy protest a fresh wave of publicity. So this one is kind of bothersome to me for multiple reasons. 7 new lawsuits have been filed against Sean Diddy Combs, including one alleging the rape of a 13-year-old girl. They say as his lawyers tried again Monday to get him freed on bail and complained that a fresh wave of publicity is endangering his right to a fair criminal trial. In the lawsuit filed Sunday in state and federal courts, 4 men and 3 women, all anonymous, alleged they were sexually assaulted by Combs at parties over the last 2 decades. Combs, 54, has pleaded not guilty to federal sex trafficking charges contained in an indictment unsealed the day after his September 16th arrest. Charges include allegations he coerced and abused a woman for years, aided by associates and employees, and silenced victims through blackmail and violence, including kidnapping, arson, and physical beatings. He has remained incarcerated pending May 5th trial after 2 judges denied bail in the rulings being appealed to the 2nd U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals. This one, they said that in this last lawsuit with the 13-year-old, they say that she went to the party, was offered a drink. She didn't drink it, but then they took her to another room, and Diddy and 2 adult celebrities, 1 male and 1 female, watched. The male sexually assaulted her first, then Diddy and the female watched the whole thing. I guess this time my credibility starts in why the F was a 13-year-old at a Diddy party being offered drinks? Let's start there.
I mean, Justin Bieber was.
Touche.
I don't know.
I still don't. I mean, I feel like maybe even.
Why was the 13-year-old in the studio with R. Kelly?
Why was the 13-year-old not with a parent?
Yeah.
Period. Regardless of whether they were at a Diddy party or not.
Sometimes these parents allow things to happen.
Somebody said yesterday, I don't even allow my child to go in the next room without me knowing what they're doing or who they are with. How you at a party, at a Diddy party, getting sexually assaulted by adults with no parent?
Child, yesterday you came to pick up Noah for school, right? And I sent Noah downstairs by himself. And as I was sending him down, those 2 minutes that the elevator goes down, I threw on my clothes and ran down the stairs because I was like, who knows what could happen in those 2 minutes that this little boy is going down those stairs. When you pulled off, I saw when you pulled off in the car because I was downstairs standing in the doorway. Mm-hmm. I don't understand how these parents could say to their, it's a Diddy party at 10 o'clock at night. Go, 13-year-old.
At 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
With pink cocaine.
Pink cocaine. That pink cocaine is dangerous. We're going to get into a story about that pink cocaine. I just really don't understand. I really, really don't understand. So last week there was six more lawsuits that came out last week, and there was one involving a 16-year-old boy that we heard about. And now this week, 7 more lawsuits, one involving a 13-year-old girl. This is getting worse and worse. I do think that Puffy at this time does not have the rights to a free trial, to a fair trial. He's very, very guilty in the court of public eye, and that has a lot of effect on a lot of things. And I don't think that they're going to be able to find jurors who has not heard about of these things to be non-biased in this case. It's disgusting. It's very, very unfortunate. But at the same time, you play stupid tricks, you win stupid prizes.
Yeah.
And this is just really, really, really unfortunate. And what also is happening here is that there's going to be a lot of false claims that people are going to believe anyways, because where there's smoke, there is fire. Yeah.
And I don't know how you're supposed to be able to, first of all, another thing that pointed out to me, this man's trial date is not till May 5th and they won't give him bail. So he's sitting in jail until May 5th without bail.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing that he can do. Every time he tries to appeal this, they're saying no. And they set the damn trial date in May. That's 5 months after the friggin' New Year.
Who is it that decides whether he gets bail or not? It's just the judge? One judge?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's a lot of power.
Yeah. Yep. And that's how judges are paid off and things as such. And, like what was I watching? 911. City councilors in the shows got a lot more leadership. They got a lot more power than the ones here.
It sounds like Puffy got to do one thing, and that's
break yourself, fool.
Yeah, he's not. I don't think Puffy. This is not going to turn out in any type of way that Puffy wants
just
to
set up a business in the jail. And just get used to being in jail and try to do the best you can in there, because there's no chance. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Cops investigating hotel worker for possibly supplying drugs.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody got to supply the drugs.
Yeah.
Cops in Argentina are digging deep to get answers into Liam Payne's death. So this is the young man from One Direction.
Yep.
He was recently found with pink cocaine in his system, alcohol, anxiety drugs. So they are ruling it a suicide.
Is it
Tues? They are. They are calling.
I was trying to figure out who that was.
When you jumped, even though I knew he was coming, I wasn't prepared. Like I was like, "Oh my God, we're gonna die."
I did not know who first. I didn't know he was coming. Second, I didn't know who he was.
But yeah, he had a little Tootsie in his system. They have been using the word suicide. Because before they were saying he fell from the balcony, and I don't know if you just randomly fall from a balcony. You got to be real close to just fall.
You think it was like mistaken suicide?
I think he was high and drunk.
Yeah, they said that they had. There was a report from the hotel that there was somebody that was high, out of control, bugging out.
Yep, and he had destroyed his hotel room. He had smashed the TV.
And
he
all
was
of
acting completely erratic.
Hearing voices and all kind of stuff. Something told him to do something crazy, and he did it. And unfortunately, that's what happens when you are using cocaine.
Yeah.
Got to beat cocaine.
The pink cocaine.
Regular cocaine, I think that don't do too much. But
So what's in the Tuesday?
I think it's crack in there too.
Know. They don't know what's in that. It's everything, and they said it's like the lowest form. It's like
it's a cocktail.
It's a cocktail.
Oh my god.
Let's see. What is pink cocaine?
There's no goo.
It is in fact pink. It often does not contain cocaine,
of food coloring.
but a mixture of other potentially dangerous drugs, including. Oh wow, damn!
I know this because I watch Vice people.
Let me see what it say. Is additional food coloring, sometimes strawberry, other flavoring. It is commonly used for young people in the club scene. Pink cocaine is usually either ingested in pill form or snorted as a powder. It's 2C, 2CB, or 2CB. Okay, here it goes. Ecstasy, ketamine, caffeine, 2CB, and a psychedelic drug that was first developed to help treat sexual dysfunction, but it was removed from the market due to safety concerns. 2CB has also been referred to as 2C. 2CB is the name of the actual drug that is called 2C. And commonly known as ecstasy or Molly, and is also a psychedelic drug that also has stimulant properties. Ketamine is a medication that is used in human and veterinary medicine, but also has been abused. Caffeine, which has a stimulant effect, can also be included in pink cocaine. So it literally is a cocktail of things that you probably should not take together. Why are you doing that? And then made pretty with food coloring.
Yeah,
that is terrible. That is foolish. I have never wanted to do drugs because it was pretty.
I've never seen a pretty drug.
Me either.
Although Pastor Troy did grow some beautiful flowers.
He did, just some very wonderful looking
flowers. Those things were amazing.
Very crystallized.
I know. I would want to pot one of those and put it in my window.
Lamar Odoms, who would know, says that Liam Payne could have been hearing voices, and I believe it. I think that a voice told him to jump off the balcony. Yeah, that's terrible.
Probably hallucinating. Probably didn't sleep for a couple of days.
Jaden Smith reveals reasons why he has been. I don't know if does people be checking for Jaden Smith like that? That they has been weird. Admits it's not exactly going to plan. He's just a weird boy. I mean, is that weird or is that artistry? Artistry. I'm sorry. The 26-year-old musician and actor has taken to X to clarify his behavior. Right? Over the years. The son of Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith revealed to his followers that he isn't being weird on purpose, and he originally thought it was normal. All the weird-ish you've ever seen me do was me thinking I was totally normal. So now sometimes I try to act weird on purpose so y'all think it's on purpose. But at the end of the day, I've been trying to fit into this whole time, and I guess it's not exactly going to plan. Womp womp, Jaden. You're rich. Rich people just, for me, just don't seem to should be able to complain. And I know that's not realistic, but I just feel like when you are born and raised rich, that you could just buy yourself some happiness.
Yeah.
If you want to be weird, who cares? You're rich, bitch.
Do whatever you want.
Yes.
That's what they say, like money can't buy me happiness. Well, let me see.
Yeah, let me see I want to see for myself.
Let me try.
Let me just check
and see what happens.
Polo G arrested for illegal gun possession after traffic stop in LA.
Who's Polo G?
A rapper. And then Drew Barrymore, guest in studio audience, go makeup free, and I don't see why that is a good idea.
That's what she named. That's Pamela Anderson.
Pamela Anderson. Yeah, Pamela Anderson. I mean, she's aging well. Last time I saw her, I was like, but I think she's aging well for a white woman. She looks like a mom now.
She looks like
a grandma.
She looks like a grandma that has a golden retriever.
She looked like
Don't she?
She looked like the
She do.
What is it?
Let me show you something. Fire Marshal Bill. She looks like Fire Marshal Bill.
That's what she looked like.
I'm unhappy with you guys.
That is what she looked like.
You guys are making me unhappy.
I was gonna say the dude from y'all don't see Hannibal. I didn't see that.
I didn't see Hannibal.
The dude that had the Hannibal's eating the brain.
Oh, they ate with fava beans and a Chianti.
That movie was sickening.
It was so so disgusting.
It is horrible. But that is it. That's what we have for today. Yeah, that's what we have for today. There's nothing a lot going on. Let me see. Everything is pretty much what it is. And that's what it is.
It's a lot. It's a lot going on. We're exactly 2 weeks away now, right?
From the election.
Yep. Today. And so, people
14 days.
Do your due diligence. Did y'all see Donald Trump at McDonald's?
Yes, saying he wanted to fry the French fries. He always thought, he never knew that the French fries had a fryer, and he always thought that the people picked them up with their hands and just stuffed them in the box.
Oh, right.
He didn't know.
Said it, Tristan?
He said that.
He said it?
He said that. That's what the man said.
McDonald's said they didn't give him permission to serve fries, and that's what they said.
First of all, it was a whole setup. The McDonald's was closed. They hired the supporters to come and order food. He didn't really do nothing there except for when the cameras were rolling. Show the clip, Tristan, of our good old Don at McDonald's, where he looks like a McDonald's manager, don't he? He looked like he should be somebody who has a small office at McDonald's on Gallivan Boulevard, and he comes out only when the ice cream machine is not working, so he can do his thing that only he knows how to do. Look at him. And
then hit the timer. Now, within a couple of seconds, right, here we go. Slowly, gently lower it into the oil. Don't want to burn yourself. Up, down a little bit further.
You can tell he's never worked a day in his life.
There you go.
She specifically worked at the French fry, where they make the French fries, and she talked about the heat. It was so tough. She never worked at
Why does his mouth look like it's like...
Listen. So he did this because Kamala said that she used to work at McDonald's back in the day.
This is not a normal
So
situation.
he
is
wanted
it,
to see
what
it was like
family.
to work at
How
McDonald's.
did you produce those good-looking kids? Can we go to the Trump store? They have a Trump store. I don't know. People open up Trump stores all over the country, and they're beautiful.
Ronald McDonald.
Ronald McJackass.
And speaking of Gallivan Boulevard McDonald's, why they still don't have a drive-thru?
Because they have enough room to make a damn driveway.
For a drive-thru, and that McDonald's that's the McDonald's that my daddy took me to in 1979 when I was 2 years old. That McDonald's has been there since 1862, and I don't understand why they have redone it and redone it.
Over a billion burgers served.
The gangsters got into a fight, knocked down their fence, and rebuilt it, but y'all will not cut a hole into that to make it a drive-thru. And I don't understand why.
Just right into the wall, it's already designed for a drive-thru.
It's already designed for a drive-thru. Speaking of drive-thru, what are they making at the pit over there? It's green and yellow. Is it going to be a jerk chicken place?
That's what I hear.
Is it?
Like jerk chicken on the grill?
Jerk chicken on the grill.
Because how come nobody... I just don't get it. Boston has probably one of the largest West Indian populations. Yeah. Why we don't have street jerk chicken and other things and a little cart with somebody selling doubles and things like that.
And
why
a
we
drive-through Caribbean restaurant?
Yes. What is it? No, because then you wouldn't know how much oxtail gravy they put in on it if you can't see it in the store.
You gotta order it. You got to add that. But anyhow, these are things that when you're hungry.
And speaking of hungry, I not that I encourage you guys to or anything like that, but I do want. What was I gonna even say?
You weren't gonna encourage us. The neighborhood won't let them have a drive-thru over there. And Finn says the traffic was backed up onto Adams Street. It's already bad over there. And food service rule in Boston is really crazy. Finn says, open it.
I mean, no, seriously. That does make sense because Adams Streets would be crazy because everybody would be going into the drive-thru if they put it there. And that's right off the highway. And there's already that 2-lane traffic bull crap that nobody knows how to navigate because you want to cut over, but then the police be there sometime and will attack you. I don't know what I was going to say, but when I remember it, I'll tell you tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. With that said, we're done for today. Thank you for joining the Boston News Hour here on Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music, where we tell you the news in the morning. But
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Trio.
Let's start with the big question.
The all-new Spark FM.
JP Morgan Chase is making a global commitment to break down barriers to drive inclusive economic growth all over the world. We believe there is a pressing need to help more people move up the economic ladder. That is why we are investing in communities and people to create an economy that works for all, because no community should be left behind. Right here in Boston, we're focusing that work in Dorchester, Roxbury, and Mattapan, among other neighborhoods, on improving financial health. These efforts aim to address the key drivers of the racial wealth divide head-on. We're here to empower individuals, families, and small businesses by connecting them to the tools that build generational wealth and a long-lasting legacy. Chase is investing in Boston. Chase is investing in you. Visit us at the Mattapan branch at 1617 Blue Hill Avenue, where the team is waiting to help.